Alright there, it's your old mate Yorkie here, welcoming you back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous on Campfire Tales. Well, at the end of the last one you saw me come up through this hole here, out of the abyss, back to Drezen. And what did we find? Well, this guy seems to be looting things. We've got all these dead bodies around, which is not good. I've had little respect for Galfrey all the way along, and now I've got none. She sends me to the abyss. Okay, there's stuff needed doing there. I'll accept that. But then she loses a city? At least there's looting going on, and I believe if we went out to the street... I have put some buffs on. I can't buff properly yet. If we went out to the street... This place looks destroyed. And there are demons here. How do we get out of here? We can't. Not that way.
Surrender! Into the fray!
Let's head out this way, see if we can go this way. Oh, there's something there. Yeah, we're overrun with demons. We've got to get the city back from demons again. Galfrey, you absolute plonker.
The inheritor, guide my blade! Away, you rascal!
Baba warrior coming in. That's okay. Bismuth onto the Baba warrior if you can. Is that Merileth? Yep. Yana.
Attack!
Oh, break. Rabbit's now trying to get in at us. I will. Oh, they can get past that gate. I can't. Alright, that's fine.
No glory without risk!
Get out of there. Damage to all break. Bismuth here. Merileth coming in. Let's put a haste on. Old brig. Let's do the marvelous. So's your heal. Ara. But get away from them. And then see if you can throw some heat their way.
Into the fray.
Can be bad having a go.
Your time is over.
Liana's Soul Shade. Where's my... That level 6? That's level 6. Where's my level 7? I should have a level 7 summons. Astral Divas. No! That's not what I had in mind, actually. That was really bad. Ah, we got them, though. Old brig. Pounce and hit. No one's particularly badly hurt right now. So you'll go whack him. Ara, get up there. Ivu. Not sure where it was my target, so I won't worry about that. Is it dead? No. It's just about dead.
We march ahead.
Yet more issues here? Who's this? Is this, a Nevia? Yes, it is. A sight figure slinks out of the shadows. Hold it! State your names, or my archers will shoot you where you stand. The voice is familiar. You don't have to even guess. Nevia, it's you! Commander! Nevia visibly fights a desire to pull you into a hug. I bloody knew it. I told him all he'd come. I've got some winnings to collect. She gleefully punched the air. I thought it was you the second I saw you. Why are you here? I'm on scout patrol, slaying the demons that reach this far. It's kind of routine these days. And Nevia glanced around. But this ain't the place for that conversation. Gotta move and fast. So you want to bet? Do I get a share of the winnings? And Nevia laughs. I'll donate your share to the treasury. Sounds good to me. If we survive. The stuff that's going on here right now, Commander, it's a long story. What happened here while I was gone? And if you expect everything went to shit, to put it mildly, let's get back to our base. I'll fill you in when we get there. Base? All of Drezen is our base. Never shoots your bleak, guilt-ridden look. Not anymore. These days we make do with what we've got. What we've got is sod all. Let's go talk somewhere more. It's appropriate. Never you not. Let's go. But I've got to warn you, the news isn't good. Is this the temple, I think? And Nevia waves a hand in the direction of the camp. There you have it, Commander. Our temporary camp. It's embarrassing to have to show you how things have turned out. But now we're going to do something about it. You got nothing to be embarrassed about. You survived and you're still fighting. Thanks, pal. You always know how to cheer a girl up. And Nevia grins. What exactly happened to Drezen while I was gone? Nevia folds her arms. Things were quiet at first, you know. As quiet as they were when you were here, I mean. The Queen took hold of the reins, but she wasn't going to go against your wishes, so she kind of left everything as it was. She just told everyone to hold on, that you'd be back soon, and Nevia sighs. Things carried on like that for 6 months. Yeah, we know we were gone for 6 months, we were told that in the Abyss. Right, so 6 months passed, what happened next? So listen, and Nevia frowns. 6 months. Ain't nothing, you know. After a while we realised that maybe you wouldn't be coming back. The Queen was real cut up about it. She was always praying to him a day asking for a counsel. One time I overheard her blaming herself for sending you to the Abyss. You know how Galfrey. She laid plenty of friends to rest in her life. She called off the crusade for every death. The loss of the demons. A long time ago, right? I don't mind that she thought I was dead. I mind that she said, oh, we'll just leave things as it. She should have built this place up. So Galfrey pulled herself together and made a decision to push forward before the demons recovered from their last defeat. To go on the attack before they thought of doing the same to us. So she abandoned this place and ran off to Easy, said it. You were declared dead, see? We did things properly though, threw you a big funeral feast and everything. Everybody was bawling their eyes out, even Beth shed a tear for it. The Queen sent all the civilians to Nerosian, took the Sword of Valor and ordered all the troops to follow her. Only some folks kind of turned down that particular honour. Nevia shoots you a smile. You're a wonder, I wonder. You've been sent to us by the gods, no doubt about it. Maybe we're crazy, but we believe in you. I even started packing my stuff to go, but when I realised I couldn't do it. I felt torn between my duty to the crusade and my duty to my family. Why is that lit up? Failed to persuade Queen Galfrey that you should retain the title of Knight Commander. I just keep thinking, you are our commander, we've been through so much together. So I told Beth all this and she said to me, stay. I know what you're feeling, I know you love it with me, but if the commander comes back and finds no one here, she'll lose faith in us. I've not lost faith in any of you, just Galfrey. I miss her of course like crazy, but I'm grateful as well. She's bound by her oath to the Queen. She's a good, loyal woman. Seeing as how you're not commander anymore, but she gave me the freedom to do what my heart told me, to tell the truth. I thought I'd be sticking around here for my own, on my own. But before I knew it, there was a whole gang of us, a ragtag crew for sure. But we're all united. We're all fighting for you. So about a week goes by, and then the demons, the scum, started sniffing around. It was obvious the Queen was long gone, and that's when it all started. They came at us with a bloody army, those sons of bitches, and they're led by Oringofta, a big fat hog of a demon. I had to surrender the fortress and retreat to safety. We've been here ever since, scouting out what they're planning to do next, listening in when we can, picking them up one by one. Nevia scowls. In other words, been living like rats. So the population of Drezen has been evacuated. Yeah. Alright, so that's one thing she kinda got right. If she was going to abandon this place, at least get the civilians out. The Queen got as many people out as she could, those who agreed to go, that is. Even the dungeons were emptied and the prisoners evacuated. I did hear that somebody might have escaped on the way to the Nerosian, but I didn't ask for details. It's not our problem anymore. Of course, they couldn't move the bodies of those poor people whose souls were stolen by the jeweller, Sunhammer or whatever his name is. They've been sheltered in the city. Arsenault's been looking after them, and Sealer's pals from the Houndhearts have been guiding them all this time. The demons have attacked a few times and given the knights a thrashing. Only Ilan was left standing, but none of the victims came to any harm. Vice Desna, I hope their souls are found, so it won't have been for nothing. Where are the mongrels? Why didn't they help you? Nivea grimly shakes her head. Deservedly did. I didn't see that coming, I'll admit. They were good people, strong. There were no signs anything was wrong. But one night they all just up and left. Yeah, well, we kind of saw that play now. In the Abyss. The guards at the gate tried to stop them. Quite a lot of good that did. The mongrels slit the guard's throats and vanished into the wound. Nobody knows what happened to them. There have been rumours. Alright, we've covered recent history, but what's happening now? It's all hands on deck here. The one-eyed devil is spying in the tavern. Hilo has gone to free captured soldiers from the dungeons. And the storyteller, he had some vision about you and the Queen. He took off running, saying he needed to touch her things to find out where she is. She's in dire straits. We need to go and help her at once we deal with things here. And Captain Silkind, remember him? Was given the boot by his superiors. He wasn't getting along with them, so they tossed him out on his ear. Oh, you mean like Queen did to me? And get this, the guy just walks right out through the city gates, pack on his bag, heading west like he was going for a stroll, the dumb fool. What happened? He didn't see eye to eye with his superiors. The higher-ups didn't like the way Silkind was assigning more and more soldiers to surveying the territory, leaving less and less for military actions. The captain had a dream about discovering a surviving Sarkorian village, like Winterson, and he got carried away. A couple of knights from Nerosian showed up with orders to strip him of his rank. Silkind started yelling about how, once again, the nobility was neglecting the interests of the common folk. Yeah, well, I don't disagree. He said he was trying to carry out a rescue mission, because that's what he called it. While the top brass were only interested in glory from winning battles and the gold Galfrey would put in their pockets, he was about to be thrown out on his ass. But Silkind beat them to it. He just disappeared. He left Drezen and went who knows where. A new captain was sent to replace him, but the Queen took him and his soldiers with her. She really abandoned this place. Where do you think he went? I can't tell you where, but I definitely tell you who. He's gone off searching for his beloved Sarkorians. Fair enough. It's a damn shame we lost him too. We could do with another decent officer around. Bloody amateur archaeologist. He let his ego get in the way. He's out of no. Didn't deserve to be treated like that. Silkind's a good man. You got that right. I hope he's still alive. If you come across him, tell him to come back, will you? Maybe Silkind's career isn't over yet. Where did the Queen go? Has there been any word of her? And Avery shakes her head. She didn't say anything to those who were staying behind. In case the demons got their claws on us, you know. They could force the information out of us. I don't know if that's what the storyteller saw, a dream or a vision, but he just dashed off toward the citadel. And said he was going to hold some of Galfrey's things and find out where she was headed, because the commander would be back soon and would be asking about it. That's the last I heard from him. He's been gone half the day. We'll find him. He's a survivor. I heard better news. What are we going to do? And Eva furrows a brow. Now that you're here, there's only one thing for it. We got to win. But to do that, we need to hit him with everything we got. One and done. Here's what we'll do. You head for the citadel and send everyone who's out of the city and who's out in the city on assignments back to me. I'll round up everyone still within the city walls. We'll meet up again at the citadel and sock it to him in a final punch. But you better hurry. I haven't heard from any of the units in the city for a long time. Maybe there's no one left around there to round up. One more thing. Remember the Bell of Mercy, the relic you returned? You'll be walking right past it. Make sure to give it a good whack to make all the demons' eyes pop out. At least give us a fighting chance. I've heard it's good at frying scum of all kinds. Well, it's time to go do my duties as commander. Navia nods grimly. Good luck, Commander. Don't die out there, please. And don't worry about your pals from the Fane. I'll get them here in one piece. She's a good woman. Let's see what we got here. Find the treasure. According to Helmsman, obscure explanations, the treasure is to be found on one of the deserted islands. Oh, that's not something we're working on, is it? I don't think. Maybe. Errands in pursuit of the past. They're working on that. End game. Capture all regions of the world wound. Finian's awakening. Wait for the opportunity. Of course, these all end this time. This is the final chapter, I believe. Solve the riddle of the nameless ruins. Help one-eyed devil in the tavern. Find Mutsafen. And solve the 4 puzzles. Alright. We can rest. But I don't know that we need to write this second. Soon, yes. Right now, maybe not. Just grab everything we can.
No challenge at all.
Love my crusaders, but we're the ones heading out to do whatever we can, as hard as we can.
I will guide us.
Alright. Only one way out, and that's the back way. Actually, I suppose it's in front of the for the temple, isn't it? Yeah, that's right.
Without a doubt. Forwards.
They really messed this place up. What's here? Oh, I thought we were pausing for the action. Sorry, dude. Our need is greater than yours. Heading towards the back where the tavern is.
We march ahead.
In.
They choose to stand against me?
Done with you.
Our path leads on.
Can we help him? Quick, run, don't worry about it. Half Measure Tavern. It could be a fight, let's get saved up. We'll rule Drezen. It's our king. Poor sods, they had so much hope in the commander of theirs. Bet she was eaten by rats long ago. Is that what you think?
Fall!
Defeat is not an option.
You're barely even rolling your own grave, to be honest.
Without a doubt.
One-eyed devil. Well, time to get out of the one-eyed tiefling. He's sneaking around the exit, toward the exit. Then notes you and freezes, opening and closing his mouth silently like a fish. Hi, Fi. Hey, what's the... Fi spots you and freezes too, staring at you as if he's just seen a ghost. Been a while? I can say that again, the tiefling says in a loud, excited whisper. We've already had your funeral. Where do you come from? Oh, I see. And Evian must have sent you to help us. And she was right to do so, I tell you. I wish I could say that, say we're doing just fine on our own here, but the truth is I was already thinking we're done for. What happened to a half-measure tavern? It's pretty bad, isn't it? The tiefling shakes his head bitterly. This used to be a nice place to have a drink and some company, but now everything's busted up and covered in filth. Damn demons. It's not the first time the half-measures seen tough times. I've been meaning to do this place up for a while. Change the floor, slap a fresh coat of paint on the walls. But I never actually got around to it. Well, now's my time. I gotta say, it still makes my skin crawl when I think about demons making themselves at home here. It's time to get out of here. The tiefling utters a sigh of relief. Right. By the way, we found out that the demons have hidden all the spoils into hay right outside the tavern. They had no idea I was spying on them through the window. It doesn't make sense to leave all those valuable supplies there, since we're about to wipe the demons out. Fi pats the wall gently. Sorry, half-measure, you'll have to wait a bit longer. And there's another chance to sleep there. So we've got 2 available to us when we need them. Right now, we don't need them.
I found something.
10 diamonds. Nice.
We march ahead.
And the reason 10 diamonds is nice, of course, as you know, is it allows us to do resurrections, etc. without
Easy.
having to buy scrolls.
Our path leads on.
All right, let's. Remember? Actually, I'm about to have to lose this because I'm dead. That one got out of hand. Can we resurrect? Come on, resurrect. Where are you? Where are you? Resurrection. She can't do it. Can she at least raise dead by any chance? I doubt it. Which means I'm about to lose anyway.
The light will take you!
Do you, by any chance, got a restoration? You do not have raised dead. And of course, you cannot use scrolls, can you? Let me just see. It's a dragon. Maybe. Oh, she's a dragon. Maybe. Oh, you can. Then that's what we're doing.
You offend me.
Okay, he's back on me, good.
Stand down.
No! For the wicked! Said it the one!
Get some haste on.
Retaking.
The Inheritor, guide my blade! Into the fray! Ha!
Need to bring this down. That's not gonna hit. Okay. Ember. Get these out too. Holy crap. Okay. Wait, that's all of us? Shit.
Away, you rascal.
What's its health on? Massive. What else? So yeah, we're not doing that Soul Reaver again, that's for sure. Chaotic healing? No, deadly beauty. No.
Matricium Turinos.
The light take you.
Can I add this back bit? No, I can't. What if I put it on this? Only needs a 14, it can be done. Amber. It's 45. Get some more healing on.
No glory without risk.
392.
Your time is over.
Failed to overcome. Yep, that's expected. Highly unfortunate, but expected. It's another 31. It's 361.
This cannot be happening.
Apparently it can.
Matricium Turinos.
Where's the charge? I can't charge through them.
Into the fray.
It's 274.
Am I doing it wrong?
It's 233.
Soa. Taya. Sa. Damn. Sa. Damn.
This cannot be happening.
She's dead. What else can I do? I can use that. It's immune. Alright. That was a fail then.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
$287. Old monster's not going to do any good.
Down.
It didn't look like I didn't show any red. That's not right. That's wrong.
The light take you.
186. What else can you do? That's not going to affect, I don't think. That's just 19.
Down. Down.
Well, I'm at death's door.
No glory without risk.
You're down to 53. That's another 35. You're down to 18.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Got him. Wow. Okay, that was unfortunate.
My will is resolute.
Now, Ray's dead. No, I think she's got it available, doesn't
This
she?
war must end.
Well, you know what? We do have it in scrolls. Let's do a resurrection on you. And then let's get back to the tavern and rest. What was that for? Looked like something happened there. I guess not. I did get a bit cocky there, to be perfectly honest. We don't get the death door. Unfortunate. We can live
The
with it.
goddess protects us.
Okay, Ivory, stop that. It's distracting.
Inimosi Travis. Inimosi Travis. Inimosi Travis.
Alright, she stopped, like I said. Good girl.
Inimosi Travis. Overrun centers.
Oh, you need to be in your form.
I'll take back.
With your claws
Search for the
on.
beauty with your heart, not your
You want to
eyes.
get that on.
Adrition Turino.
Very angelic.
Travisi.
You're a good person. I like
Esme, Axe,
Yes.
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 And then these.
Ane, U, Efna. 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 Ane, U, Efna.
You're done.
a simple smile.
You can
goes
do
a
up to
long
9 again,
way.
good.
No reason to pause.
Mount up. We're almost all demons at this point, so...
Adayana, Ona, Adayana.
Inimosi Travisi.
Amranda Gratior.
Together we stand.
Ba, Riti. Ba, Riti.
All good. Oh, I don't think I put his group things on, did I?
Tjo, Vosh, An. Ba, Riti. Nam, Orma. Tjo, Vosh, An. 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 Nam,
Everyone gets a blur. Oops.
Nam, Orma. 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 Nam, Orma.
Aperone Sentes.
All good. I think we're okay with that. I don't think I put the thing on from her, did I?
Our time
Big people.
has come.
Ba, Riti.
Now, all geared up, we can head out. Yeah, I got cocky. It caught me off guard. I'll own up to that one, absolutely. That was entirely my fault. Because they caught me off guard by having so many that were simple. I just thought I'd just run through them. And by the time I realised, yeah, this ain't working the same, it was too late. Where are you going? Oh, there's something there. Thought we did him already. Oh well. Never mind. That's not letting us into it. It's another bug. That side's blocked off, is it? That's fine. Sozio? Can't move on, dude. Yeah, that's blocked off. Nope, matter less. You can go at the Marilus. Just gather.
The light take you.
What shall we unleash here? I can put a haste on us.
You offend me.
Into the fray.
Got him. Now you
Adventures are exciting.
should be using this. Chest. Or loot rather. Just a loot box. Marilith.
Easy.
And that's all broken up. So we can't go that way.
Our path leads on.
A familiar gold-haired healer brushes some ash from his sleeve and shakes his head as he inspects a pile of charred demon corpses. They were too stubborn to retreat. Their determination should have helped them in life, but instead, it's only led them to their untimely deaths. I regret having to kill them. Were you again? The man smiles. There's a golden gleam in his eyes. Oh, it's a dragon, Haliceliax, a gold dragon. You needed my advice and spared a young servant of Baphomet instead of killing him. We parted ways, but I promised that we would meet again. Here I am. I have to say the spirit of the dragon is still strong within you. News of your heroic deeds have spread far and wide. People call you the hope of Mendev and the heroine of the Crusades. Many of them refuse to believe you are dead. They clearly held you in great esteem. What are you doing here? I debated for a long time whether or not to interfere in Drezen's affairs. However, the words of the loyal warriors who remained behind to defend the fortress touched my heart. I was persuaded to get involved, and none too soon it seems. Haliceliax gestures toward the demon corpse nearby. What happened to the cultist I spared? I heard that he became a healer. I do not know if he still worships Baphomet, but even if he does, I'm certain he will bring more good into the world than evil. Haliceliax smiles. You should be proud of yourself. You chose to spare him. Thanks to your decision, the world now has another caretaker of the afflicted. Come with me, you can help me drive away the demons. You're not leading a large force against demons, and that leads me to believe that you do not want to attract attention. And the gold dragon entering the fray is certainly something that attracts a good deal of attention, trust me. Furthermore, I will see the X regard you intently. I wish to see for myself what you've achieved since we last saw each other. I want to observe how the dragon spirit manifests in you. I have to go. Farewell, Commander. This will be a difficult fight, but if you look within yourself, you'll find that your spirit, the spirit of a dragon, cannot be defeated. If you feel the desire to follow Terendlev's example, come and meet me in Drezen after the battle. And if you do not, well then, this will be our last meeting. Into the courtyard.
I will guide us.
Was where the abyss was. Now with a quick save, we're going in. My bedroom there.
No challenge at all.
What is that? Okay. I know I shouldn't be saving games so quickly, but something big's going to happen in the throne room. You know it. Oh, he's a storyteller. Storyteller turns to you calmly. Long months have passed, Commander. But even while you were away on the other plane, I could hear your voice and your brave heart beating. That never stopped for a second. Then he laughs. You're a lively one, Grandpa Elf. Always finding yourself in the most dangerous spots, but I'm still glad to see you, even though you'd be safer tucked up by the fire somewhere. How have things been these past 6 months? We spent time serving the Queen to the best of our ability. But a week ago, after she announced her decision to proceed with the crusade, many of us came to the conclusion that we could not go with her, because we did not believe that you were truly dead. We humbly declined the honours offered to us, and remained here to await your return. It was an easier decision for me than others. I had encountered you in the abyss, and I knew you were alive. Not everyone believed me. And then yesterday I had a vision. I was leafing through the pages that you had collected for me, and suddenly I saw the future. Not the future clamouring to be told by the page in my head, but your future. The future of the person who first brought that page to me. In my vision you returned from the abyss, marked by new powers that wound around you like snakes. Your voice made the earth tremble. People and demons dropped to their knees. Leomade herself extended you a helping hand. But the only thing you were concerned with was the whereabouts of the banner that Queen Galfrey had. She took the bloody banner with her! So we're open to being invaded by demons now, which explains a lot, doesn't it? Storyteller shakes his head. I know what I saw is difficult to believe, but I am in the habit of trusting my visions. So I hurried to the citadel to lay my hands on some of the Queen Galfrey's possessions and try and discern where she went and where your banner is now. Do you know where the Queen went? It wasn't easy. I see the Queen's future and her past as if looking through shattered glass. Multiple visions came one after the other, distorting the picture. The Queen is in mortal danger at the crossroads of her fate, and her every step may prove fatal. But I did not give up, and fortune smiled upon me. I touched her goblet and learned where she was hiding her army. Her Majesty decided to march for it's predictable. And if I could predict it, I'm sure the demons could too. So she's in mortal peril. She's an idiot! No wonder there's been 4 failed crusades. A bold move, a worthy one of a queen who is not accustomed to hiding. Bold but stupid, predictable in the extreme. Place sounds familiar. Can you remind me of the details? The city that hangs over the abyss. It was once citadel of legendary rulers, the capital of Sarkoris. But now demons are tearing it apart, making a mockery of its former glory. 2/3 of its magnificent streets are proud towers have collapsed to the world wound. But the city still holds on, just as Sarkoris holds on, defeated but refusing to die. We must leave this place. It's time for the final battle for Drezen. Storyteller nods. Yes, your arrival has changed everything. After we lost Drezen, it felt as if the light of hope had left us forever. But you are just like the sword of valor. You are the banner of our victory. There is one more thing. The storyteller pauses a while. In the shattered fragments that form her fate, I can sense your presence, and I am convinced that the Queen could sense it too. No one can say what your next encounter will lead to, but there is one thing I know for certain. Queen Galfrey's fate and yours are tightly intertwined. Earthquake? Or demonic experience? Oh no, there are too many of them! It's useless, we're done for. Don't fall back, hold the line. Orangofta, a huge, oily Nalfeshni is waiting for you with his arms folded. Here comes the commander, kids. So, Commander, do you like what you see? You arrived just in time to hear your friends screaming for help. They trusted you. And look what's happened to them. Do you actually think you can rescue them? Who do you think you are? Who sent this army here, you beast? We all serve our master Baphomet. He got his ass kicked. Lord of the Labyrinth. He promised us Drezen, and your skin as a reward, as a doormat. I'll rescue my friends. The Nalfeshni burst into laughter. I'll rescue my friends! And how exactly are you going to do that, you pathetic Galarian maggot? What can you do on your own without your army? You'll yell inspirational speeches? Oh no, I'm so scared. And then all the pathetic defenders of Drezen will be inspired to turn into an invincible force. Yes, that's usually how it goes in fairy tales. Do you know what happens next in real life? We'll wipe your army out, and you along with it. But I won't kill everyone. I'll lock you in a cage and then start torturing your friends. Once I'm done with them, they'll come and spit in your face. They'll tell you themselves what torment you doomed them to. You just a jumped up mortal insect. You're nobody. I don't have legend. I could choose any of these. Interesting. Interesting, I could choose any of these. But I'm wondering if I'm about to get an 8th level, because what I do know, Legend is a pick at 8th level, abandoning your roots. Gold Dragon is an 8th level pick, and of course Azada's all levels. Well, I'm with you, Azada. I am the wind of change. You should have tried to stand in my way. Sounds like it might be. Power rushes through your body, almost ripping it apart. The wound on your chest bursts open in a spray of blood droplets. The might bestowed upon you by the abyss, Relevolesh, erupts into this world, and you pay for it in purest agony. Echo of your voice rolls over the streets of Drezen, spreading beyond the city, soaring up into the air, and is answered by a chorus of voices that seem to reverberate in every street and alleyway. But is it really just an echo? Or perhaps these are indeed voices of your friends, rushing to help after hearing your call. Well, they made mince for you. I am ready. Is that Iamate? Is that Rushale? Oh, let's see. Because those are bat wings. That's demonic. Is that a Rushale? Maybe I'm mistaken. An incredible silence suddenly descends over the city. It's broken by the solemn sound of fanfares that seem to come from far away, everywhere, and nowhere all at once. All eyes are turned to the huge stained glass window of the city's main cathedral. It begins to glow with a soft light, and in the next breath, a lone figure steps out of the glass onto the cobblestones of Drezen.
Knight Commander.
It is Iamade.
At last we meet.
Oh, it's a cape. There's no mistaking her. Iamade, the goddess who was deigned to descend to the world of mortals. Your companion shield their faces unable to withstand the radiance. The surviving demons quiver. The townsfolk fall to their knees. But the deity's eyes are on you, and you alone. I'm not going to make an obscene gesture. She's useful right now. Gods don't often descend to our world.
They rarely have good reason to. I suppose you're asking yourself why I am here. Gods must not interfere directly in the affairs of mortals. But what is happening here, in the World Wound, is no longer the concern of mortals alone. And this is proof. This fortress has witnessed so many horrors and miracles. It makes me wonder how it still stands. Goodness and the light of hope are not unknown to you, but you mix them with recklessness. And the power that feeds this recklessness is dangerous.
So is your version of law, Iamade. Have you seen what Hullrun, your Inquisitors, your Queen at times, your Slavers, and Paladins letting it happen are all doing?
You have achieved victory by uniting outcasts and pariahs. But where are you leading them? And what will your beautiful promises of freedom cost you? But I did not come here to reproach you, or to bewail the fate of the unfortunate defenders of Drezen.
Good, because I've taken that ship from your queen and she's run off and abandoned the place.
I wish to stop the forces of evil and defend Golarion, both from Daskari's violent rage and from Nocticula's insidiousness. But that is not my only goal. I have come here to restore justice, for justice is the birthright of all. That's why I hail you as a heroine who has triumphed over the demons many times.
Good.
At the same time, I grieve for you, as for a soul that is caught in a web of demonic deceit and villainy.
Right, what can I do about it? I've achieved more in my crusade than all the other crusaders achieved in 100 years. So if you think you're going to criticize me for using my power, think again. Tempted to say that. Such heartwarming concern for me. Now let's be honest. What's your real reason for coming here? Maybe I did acquire my powers from a dubious source, but I follow my own path.
You may think so, but alas, this is not true. It can be, however, if you accept my help. In that moment, when my poor herald was being torn apart by monsters, he found the strength to send me a message about what he had learned in the Abyss. You were in Elutionera, where you spoke with the Lady in Shadow and the Architect of the World Wound. They confessed what they had done to you, but they did not reveal the whole truth.
I didn't expect they
you
had.
and this unfortunate world will have to pay dearly for the power that they so generously bestowed upon you. But all is not yet lost. That is why I have come.
The walls of Drezen shake again, and with a ringing laugh, a black shadow appears before the shining goddess, Nocticular in the flesh. Standing beside her is a real Vorlish, who stares at the goddess with ice-cold rage in her eyes.
Who here has been taking my name in vain? Ah, it's you, the Inheritor. What's this? Our worst fears have come to pass. The gods are flocking to Galarian. This merry little tinderbox could ignite at any moment, reducing the material plane to dust.
I did not come here to fight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you were good for anything else. Forgive me, that was unfair of me. Judging by your successes over the last 100 years, fighting is not your forte. After all, the wound is still there, as far as I know. So why are you here? If you have come to meddle in my affairs, don't expect me simply to stand aside.
This is another turning point. You see, she's not going... I have zero respect for the Queen. But I want to know Iomade. What did she think of the things that I find so objectionable? Slavery, the refusal to accept that sometimes a demon can change. And by the way, Ember might be able to change Nocticula's side. She's certainly trying. Even if you can go chaotic neutral instead of chaotic evil, that's an improvement. It's certainly an improvement over Galfrey, who pretends to be lawful good, while essentially being an idiot and a betrayer of justice. But Iomade isn't Galfrey. See, I'm stuck between two things here. I'm lawful chaotic. I started out... I'm lawful chaotic. Duh. I'm chaotic good. I started out neutral good, but I've drifted constantly towards chaotic. Constantly, just like that. I am stuck between lawful good and chaotic evil. I'm both 2 steps away from it on the alignment chart, which means I'm equally aligned to both of them. I don't trust Nocticular. But she wants to rule her realm and just have thoroughfare throughout. I'm not averse to that. But I agree with the goddess Iomade that she's hiding stuff and I don't know what. Now, what I've seen from the so-called lawful good forces here, if that's the route that Iomade is on, I can't uphold that at all. I mean, they support torture, they support bigotry, they support prejudice, they support... Now, you could make the argument, so does Nocticular in a lot of ways. Yeah. She's not pretending to be anyone else, and she wants trade. I don't want to hand it over to Galfrey types, especially with their lack of intelligence and their complete failure constantly. Let's start with the teaser pastime. The party's really getting started now. Who'll be next to arrive? Cade and Kayleen, perhaps?
The 2 of us will be more than enough. Listen to what I have to tell you. If she wishes to be present for this conversation, so much the better. Do you hear me, Nocticula? You and your servant are under no obligation to leave. I have come here to shed the light of truth, Let us see if you both can withstand its merciless radiance. I cannot change the flow of mortal history by force. After all, the world wound is their doing, although committed at the behest of the Abyss. But sometimes force is unnecessary, and truthful words are all it takes.
The goddess who was mortal not so long ago is eager to judge us for our sins now. My sin, to be precise. What lies behind your eagerness, proud Iomade? Righteous wrath? Or perhaps fear? Watch out. A simple mortal woman has learned how to grant powers to others. Powers which are beyond the wildest dreams of many Imperial lords. This must be stopped, forbidden, taken away immediately. After all, what need will we have for all these arrogant gods once we become their equals?
Silence. It is impolite to interrupt your elders. But you know, Inheritor, she does have a point. What are you going to do now? Break my weapon, which has made so many victories possible, and only because she received that weapon from my profane hands, and the entire affair must therefore be profane also? What real reasons do you have, save those born of your envy, your capriciousness, and your suspicions?
She's calling you out.
My reasons are quite real, as you well know. That is why you appeared here in such haste, is it not?
She's calling you out too.
You have woven a delicate lace of half-truths, Nocticula. From you and your servant, the Knight Commander has learned that she is bound to the world wound, that she is slowly dying because of its influence.
That's acceptable.
And that she is yet capable of closing it. But you withheld a crucial piece of information.
Tell me.
You never told her that closing the wound won't save her from death.
That's fine.
For this lock will destroy the key to which it is bound. The one who closes the world wound will die along with it.
That's fine. You said that as if that's a problem. I don't mind my death to save so many others.
That is true. I tried to tell you back in Illusionera, but I was not allowed to. It is an unavoidable consequence of this process. To stitch two planes together as I have stitched Galarian and the Abyss, the soul of a mortal must be woven with the essence of the Abyss. To undo this seam, the original soul, the key, must be ripped apart. No one could survive such a process.
Okay, fine. Particular, were you trying to hide this from me?
Trying, you say? I successfully hid the truth from you for as long as I deemed
Well, you hid it
necessary.
until she appeared.
Are you expecting me to explain myself? My goal is to close the world wound, not to grant you a happily ever after.
Then again, we're still not walking in the same direction. I don't care if I live or die. I mean, I do, but that's lesser than saving other people. What if I'm willing to sacrifice my life if he's closing the world wound?
Oh, how noble. For a brief moment, I even felt some regret that we demons are incapable of such lovely feelings.
Work with Ember, she'll
See
get you
now,
there.
Inheritor, my little protege has more nobility in her than you expected. Shame on you.
This nobility is exactly why I came here. To help the Knight Commander learn the truth, and to show her that she has been used. Besides, I do not believe that you have been acting for selfless reasons, Lady in Shadow. Honesty and nobility have never counted among your virtues.
No, they haven't. She's not like that.
You own the main source of Nihindrian crystals, and your servant, Arilu, has learned how to break the laws of the universe with their help. Can it be that the ruler of darkness and mistress of assassins has not conceived a way to use this formidable gift for her own benefit?
Accusations, suspicions, all completely hollow. Just
No,
like
you've
your
got
bright-eyed
ideas, so we know
little
that.
head. It's a pity you inherited Eridan's sword, but not his sharp mind. I have but one goal now. To stop the armies of that lecherous billy goat and that gluttonous bug from strutting around my domain as if it were their own.
I believe that.
I don't give a
For
fuck
now.
whether it will help mortals or hurt them. If the enemy of your enemy makes you a mutually beneficial proposition, you would have to be a complete idiot to say no.
You'd have to think it through, but you'd be an idiot to reject that. So, just to confirm, in other words, I'll die if I don't close the wound. I'll die if I do close it.
It is true. Now do you see the perils of accepting a demonic gift?
No.
No matter how much power the Abyss gives you, that power will always be tainted by lies and misfortune. This is the justice I promised you. The right to know the whole truth, and not to be a plaything in the hands of abyssal spawn.
But Ayomade, if all you have to offer is, well, yeah, she'll help me close the well wound, then you'll die. You're not offering anything. Let's just explore. What if I reject the power?
You will live.
You will lose everything that makes life worth living.
You will spoil a brilliant endeavor and destroy the lives of thousands of mortals who will be devoured by the legions of demons coming from the Abyss. Aside from that, you won't do anything extraordinary at all.
Well, now I'm finally starting to understand the rules of the game.
Yes. The power that Nahindrian crystals grant you will bring about nothing but your own demise.
No, they'll
The
close the well wound.
branches of the Tree of Sin are vast and verdant, but its only fruit is death. You will not be able to save yourself unless you reject everything that has been foisted upon you. Now you know everything.
No, we're not quite finished with the revelations yet. Few secrets remain to be revealed, but they will be worth the wait. Does this look familiar? Do you remember the similar wound above your own heart? I have given you enough hints. Come on, ask me the question I have been waiting for.
With a flick of the witch's wrist, something changed in her, as if a veil has fallen. One so thin that it almost invisible, but which had clouded your vision nevertheless. Now you can see what was hidden before. A deep open wound above Arilu's heart. Okay, so she's linked to it too, so she's gonna die too. I received my wound because of you, Arilu, implanted the essence of the Abyss in my soul when you expanded the world wound. My question is, why do you have a similar wound? Could it be because you use your own soul as a key when you first opened the world wound?
That's right. And this means that the world wound actually has two keys.
Good question. Just imagine. I have wasted so much time chasing the key to the world wound, and the key was right under my nose this whole time. Arilu, my love, come over here.
Arilu does not look like someone who's been cornered. Without a trace of fear, she gives you a faint nod and then makes a barely discernible gesture with her hand, and disappears as if she were never even there.
Wait, I said wait! That little bitch. I knew she would betray me sooner or later, but I never expected such an idiotic stunt. But everything seems to be falling into place quite nicely. You see, you don't have to die after all. Arilu opened the world wound, and Arilu will be the one who closes it, whether she likes it or not. Although, someone will need to catch her first, and this will require certain powers.
Yes, Arilu Vorlesh will pay for her crimes with her life. Her flight confirms that our suppositions were correct. But now we know that the world wound can be sealed with her blood. You have no reasons to remain indebted to the Abyss and indulge the Queen of the Succubi. Reject her gift, and secure your victory while being the person you were before Arilu Vorlesh corrupted you. Win as a mortal, and become a legend among mortals.
She's talking rubbish. True, we gave you the power, but it was you who chose how to wield it.
I know.
It belongs to you, and it will remain yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. But first, you must use it to close the world wound. You aren't going to catch this world's most powerful witch, and a half-demon one at that, with your bare hands, are you?
I don't usually use a weapon unless occasionally a bow. Anyway, so maybe. Both the goddess and the demon lord stared at you expectantly. Before I make my decision, I want to ask Iomedes some questions.
Ask, and you shall have your answers.
Goddess, can you help me cleanse my soul of the influence of the abyss?
Aurilu has planted a piece of the abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads.
You gained your power from the Starstone. How is my power any different?
My ascension was not accomplished in one day, and even the test of the Starstone was only one of its stages. I did not merely gain power. I embraced a sacred duty. Your power, on the other hand, stems not from long hours of study, not from trials. It is not the natural talent you were born with and carefully honed throughout your life. It is the result of an evil soul's deranged experiment with the blood of dead abyssal lords.
You imprisoned entire hosts of angels within the Wardstones. Well, why did you do that to them?
Every one of my angels volunteered for that mission. They all knew what kind of watch they were going to keep. They knew that it would be a hard and exhausting battle, but that the lives of mortals throughout Golarion would depend on it. Alas, angels' minds can be as fragile as the minds of mortals. In less than 100 years, many wavered, and wished to break the oath they had sworn. I do not blame them. I blame myself for allowing them to take on a burden that was too heavy for them.
Did you send your herald to follow me to the abyss, or did he go of his own free will?
He acted on his own noble impulse, and I did not stop him. I also did not try to dispel his misconception about you being my chosen one. I do not lie, but both celestial beings and mortals can be mistaken.
True. One could call it a lie of omission.
She doesn't lie, sure. She merely withholds some of the truth. For the noblest of reasons, of course.
As I said, a lie of omission. Do you know what happened to your herald?
My herald, my loyal companion, was captured. And now demons are using him to attack Drezen. They're holding him in the Ivory Labyrinth, Baphomet's realm of the Abyss. It is a place I cannot go. Not even to save my faithful friend. For doing so would start an interplanar war. Right now, as we speak, Baphomet's servants are torturing the hand of the Inheritor. Tormented and anguished, he reaches for you with his thoughts and his soul. I cannot tell if he sees you as a great unfulfilled hope, or a last chance. But Baphomet knows well how to exploit such desperate yearning. He has turned my herald into a source of power to open temporary portals. They do not last long, but they lead from the dungeon where the hand of the Inheritor suffers, right to your doorstep. Baphomet does not need to lead his armies through the rifts. Now he can send them right here. As long as my poor herald remains in the hands of that monster, this will not stop. I cannot say if it is still possible to save him, or if putting him out of his misery is the only way. I cannot openly ask you to intervene. But if you decide to do so, you will be helping both yourself and the one who chose the martyr's path when he followed you into the abyss.
I will try. Ever since I acquired these new powers, everyone has believed me to be Iomedes' chosen. Why didn't you do anything to dispel this misunderstanding?
At first, I did not know who you were, or where your powers originated. This was revealed to me only when my herald offered up his dying prayer from the depths of the abyss. And following his desperate plea, I sought to confirm my suspicions. Until that point, I had observed you without intervening. After all, your crusade was securing victories. The first Golarian had seen in many years. So even if it was not I who had sent you into battle, it felt unfair to undermine you.
In other words, our Imperial guest had no problem with your power, as long as she didn't know where it came from. She didn't even share her suspicions with her own herald. And after all that, someone dares to claim that demons are the most deceitful creatures?
I think that's a bit Silken Tongue Detective itself. It's a twist, Nebscula. And you know that. But I do hear that she's not exactly open, is she?
You should not blame someone else if you base your accusations on vague suspicions rather than solid proof. You call my behavior deceitful. You, of all creatures, who kept the commander ignorant of the fate you had chosen for her? Indeed, the insolence of demons knows no bounds.
A demon lord stands before you. Why don't you destroy her right here and now?
I could. But then every other demon lord would decide that he or she was next and stand against me. In response to that, the Imperial lords would take up arms. Then Hell, Heaven, and Elysium would join the conflict. A war would break out, one which mortals could not hope to survive.
If that's true, that's fair. Why have you decided to descend to the world mortal at this particular moment?
As I have already said, I am here to open your eyes to Nocticula's lies and to prevent more calamities in the future. You are at a crossroads now. I will not force you to do anything, but you needed to learn the truth and have the chance to cleanse yourself.
Again, I appreciate you telling me, but me surviving or me not surviving is not the point. Why did Arilu do everything possible to lead us to the idea that she was the key too?
The impulses that drive a soul as black as hers are beyond my comprehension. Perhaps she was startled by my arrival and decided not to bother keeping a secret that was bound to be revealed. No, it was deliberate. Or perhaps she is up to some
She obviously is, but what?
Be on your guard. The architect of the world wound will surely try to bring you down.
Not necessarily.
For if she truly is a key, then it must mean that she will die sooner or later due to the influence of her own horrible creation. And that means that sacrificing you is her only chance of survival.
Perhaps, but she's got something going on that you don't know about. I don't know what it is myself, but I'm curious. Explain it to me again. How exactly can you help me cleanse myself of the influence of the Abyss?
Arilu has planted a piece of the Abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But
no more questions.
It is time to make your decision then.
Noxkiller, I have some questions for you.
If you have questions, ask away.
Why did you try and hide the fact that closing the world wound would kill me?
Because if I'd told you the truth, you would have refused to do it.
No, I wouldn't.
But you're not angry with me, are you? After all, everything has worked out perfectly fine. We found another key. So now you can live and enjoy your life. Provided that you catch Arilu, of course.
Have we decided to use Arilu? I'll play along saying we have, but I don't know if we have. I want to know what Arilu's long game is. Now that we decide to use Arilu to close the world wound, do you still want me to keep the powers I acquired from her?
Of course I do. Firstly, you'll need those powers to catch Arilu and bring her to Threshold. Surely you don't think she'll willingly fall into your hands, and the demonic hordes will politely make way for you. And secondly... the powers Arilu gave you protect you from dying before your time. None of us want the world to kill you prematurely. You are extremely useful to me alive. After all, if you let Arilu slip through your fingers, we can always go back to the original plan for closing the wound.
Arilu deliberately led us to the idea that she was the key too. Why?
Apparently, she understood that her secret was about to be revealed anyway. so she decided to leave in style.
You're both missing out
What
how
human
sneaky she
female
is.
over 100 years old wouldn't feel flattered at being the center of attention?
No, you're not
Although
seeing
she
it for
could
what it
have
is.
other reasons.
Yeah.
She obviously wanted us to understand everything and immediately rush off in pursuit of her. She's probably been preparing for a war of all against all for a long time. And now she wants to wage it on her own terms. Expect treachery and traps wherever you go.
Oh, I do, but I also think she's got something else going on. Remember, she's played one demon lord up against another for a long time now. She lies about her allegiance. I don't know what her game is. I don't feel I can assume anything about Rilu. Where could she have fled to, though? I do need to catch her.
Think. She's hidden in the abyss before. She won't dare to return there now. Not only to my realm, but to any other either. Even if Baphomet and Discari both take it upon themselves to guard Arilu personally, that won't stop me from sneaking in, slitting her throat, and leaving undetected. And she knows that. If I were her, I would hide in a place where the powers of her enemies were uncertain, and her own power was close to unlimited. I say you should look for her here, in the World Wound.
Maybe back in her lab? Aren't you afraid to stand in the presence of the goddess?
Tut tut, how rude! I wouldn't say the girl is that hideous. I admit her face is far from perfect. Her body too, to be honest. But all in all, not bad. I've seen worse.
I like that.
Your theatrics are too transparent to offend me, demon.
Yeah, they're funny as hell.
At least, they can hardly offend me more than the very fact of your existence.
Ooh, snippy. Do you really plan to use me to become a goddess yourself?
That is nothing but the wild speculation of a little girl who gained celestial power through no merit of her own, and now fears that others may do the same, forcing her to share her place in the spotlight. Do I want to become a goddess? Of course I do. Who wouldn't? Can you help me with that? Sadly, no. Of course, Arilu used to blather on about how her brilliant invention could bake gods like pies. But between you and me, the cleverer the inventor, the larger their ego
often true.
becomes. So far, she hasn't managed to create anything stronger than you. And no offense, but you're no match for any deity.
I would tend to agree with that, but I have no more questions for you.
Very well. It's time for you to make your decision then.
I want to ask my companions' advice, the most trusted people I have. What do you all think of this?
Perhaps your power came from the abyss, that your beautiful soul has cleansed it of all evil. Don't reject this power, for you have already proved that you are worthy of it.
Okay, Arushley.
Being around you is so much fun. The whole world is ablaze. War is raging, but even those who are on the verge of dying smile when they see you. This power is good. Perhaps it was evil before.
Amber?
You have made it good. Don't throw it away.
As a cave monster who's going to grow old and die in about 10 years' time, I can tell you this. There's no power in the world that's worth selling yourself out to the abyss for. Being the invincible companion of the magical commander was fun and all, but we don't need it. It doesn't really matter how much magic they've heaped on you. You're the commander because you have the heart and mind of a true commander. Screw your power. Don't betray yourself. That way, we'll win.
Thank you for your confidence, Lan.
I don't see any reason for deliberation. Your power is chaotic and capricious, and it originates from a demonic source. I doubt you can even control it. Heed the words of the goddess. Reject it. And then we will hunt down Narita Vorlesh and deliver the punishment she deserves.
Okay, Rachel, thanks for your words.
It's not my place to gainsay the will of my goddess, but the thing is, I can sense evil. And I don't sense it in your power at all.
Even
I
a true
just
believer's
don't.
down with it.
Whatever those horned monsters had planned for you, you definitely aren't playing by their rules.
Although she doesn't always do well at detecting evil, to be honest.
You gave hope to the Crusaders in their darkest hour, even when all seemed lost and only despair and death lay ahead. With these powers, you have saved countless lives, and you will save more. Of course you must keep them.
My brother is wise. Listen to his advice.
Okay, Trevor.
Someone pinch me. We are standing in the presence of the most pompous goddess in the world, debating whether we should listen to her or send her packing along with her invaluable opinions. I shall remember this moment for the rest of my life. Even as I stand in Pharasma's court, I shall tell this story to anyone who will listen. As for your question, by all means, tell her to go to the abyss. The power is yours, and yours alone.
I hate it when they corner you and demand answers out of you. But fine, I'll tell you what I think. With you, I've always had my freedom, Chief, so I'll speak freely.
Yeah.
Be who you are, and don't count on gifts from nobody. You gave me the same advice back in Alishanira, remember? And I've never regretted following it. Maybe you won't have the powers you had before, but do you really need somebody's permission to do what you want to do? That's what it's all about.
Experience tells me that it's wiser to trust yourself and your own abilities. You can't trust what clients tell you. One day you're a hero, the next you're working for the enemy. Sorry, but it all looks like a setup to me. First they tell you to lay down your weapons, and then, once you're unarmed, they finish you off in some back alley.
I understand your suspicion, Graypo, and your Vulture.
Your powers are interesting from a theoretical point of view. You are an experiment started by Arilu Vorlesh, and terminating it before it is complete would be foolish, not to mention impolite.
Listen to the goddess, War Chief. And if you won't listen to her, then listen to me. You don't need these thrice-cursed powers. You're the strongest of the strong, and the bravest of the brave, even without the gifts of a mad sorceress.
Thank you all for making things harder to decide, my sweet Ulbrich. So if we look through them, Ulbrich wants me to reject them. And he's seen what sorcerer's powers like these can do. Well, I'm a sorcerer, so there's always going to be issues between us. Woljif suspects that you can't trust demonic magic. Understandable given what his grandpaps wanted to do to him. Regil, I don't trust anything he says anyway, to be honest. His people are quite open to murdering people. Look, I've heard, I saw someone play that part, because it's not the first time I've tried this. I've never got anywhere near this far. I got to start back 4, so I'm over an act further in now. I saw someone else justifying how the Hell Knights behaved with the clerics they had with them, because you know you've got to do what you can to save yourself, type of thing. And being out there, they could have got killed. But if we look at that, even there, where he was justifying the slaughter of people, if we had shown up while they were outside, we fought gargoyles outside before. In all likelihood, we would have won, and we wouldn't have been tight quarters. We might even have found it might be more difficult because they could fly, but we might have been able to take more appropriate positions, more strategically good positions. So we'd have won if we were there. We won when we got there in the cave. If we hadn't been there and they'd been attacked, they would have been killed. If we hadn't been there and they'd been attacked in the cave, they would have been killed. There was no advantage gained by them killing people. I don't like Regil. He's a murderer, and he justifies it with serving the greater good. No. So I don't trust him at all. Soziel and Trevor say I should keep the power because I've done so much good with it. Sealer, a true believer in Iomedae, says keep it. It's not harmful, it's not evil. It might have come from an evil source, but it's yours, and you're not evil, and it's not evil. Ember is very much down with keeping it. You know, there's nothing harmful about it, there's nothing bad about it, it's good, etc. You're using it for good. Lan, I understand his concern. Darren, he's a delightful troll still, as always. Who else? I know I'm missing someone. Oh, Arushale, my sweet demonic reformed demon, says no, it came from evil source, but you're turning it to good, which is what she's trying to do. Overall, I might lose Ulbrig here. I hope not, my friend, because you know I'm using this for good.
I am waiting for your answer. I hope you will choose wisely.
Quite right. Make your choice, and make it the right one.
I have choices between Azata, Legend, or Gold Dragon. Oh. The Gold Dragon is a mighty, almost omnipotent creature that possesses powers beyond all others. The Gold Dragon is the embodiment of goodness, hope, and redemption. Gold Dragon Breath, you gain the ability to breathe holy energy, engulfing all enemies within a 50-foot cone, and dealing character level plus half your mythic rank D8 holy damage. A successful reflex saving throw halves the damage. Any enemy struck by your breath also gains a -1 penalty on all D20 rolls, while all enemies who fail the reflex get -2. Gold Dragon form, you can assume the form of the Gold Dragon. You gain the following abilities: +10 size bonus to strength, +8 size bonus to constitution, +8 natural armor, bonus to AC, and perfect body. Legend, one doesn't need to be a mythic creature, an otherworldly being, or a deity is chosen. A deity is chosen to become a hero. You know what? I realize I have to do. If I was playing my mythic path, I would take Azata. I'm tempted to go Legend. If I was taking my mythic path, if I was following my mythic path, I would take Azata. But I'm not. I said early on, and it's happened each time I've had to make a choice. A real choice, not just going up a level. That ChatGPT makes my decisions here. So, let me just... I am about to reach level 8. I've been an Azata, but I have also been opposed to Galfrey, and I should put water. And mythic level 8. I'm not opposed to the stated aims of Nocticular. I am offered the choice of becoming a gold dragon, following the Azata path, or rejecting mythic powers and becoming a mortal legend. I need you to randomly select which path to take and write a brief in character explanation of why. My character is Eliana Soul Shade Sorceress, an Imperial Sorceress, who follows Saren Ray and what's the other one? Desna. See what they pick. Alright, let's settle this. Result 2, remain as Atta. The gold dragon tempts me with promise and ability, the mortal legend with the quiet grace of surrendering power. But my heart beats to the song of freedom, and it is not mine alone. The spirits that dance on at my shoulder, the light of Elysium that I've carried across these bloodied fields, these are not gifts I can abandon. Sarenrae teaches that redemption shines brightest when freely chosen, and Desna whispers that every soul deserves its chance to wander unshackled beneath the stars. I will not bind myself to the rigid scales of dragonkind, nor cast aside the mythic fire that has kindled hope in others. No, I will remain as Atta, for joy, for freedom, for rebellion, for the chance to remind the world that even in its darkest hour, it is allowed to laugh, to dream, and to choose. There you go. As Atta it is. Mythic feat. Not doing melee attacks. Mythic channeling. Got good charisma bonus, we'll take that. Although maybe we do evocation here. Don't really use it though, do I much? We'll take the channeling, we do sometimes use that. The Azada choose one teamwork feat at this and the next mythic rank up. The Azada shares the effects of all teamwork feats they have with all allies within a 50-foot area. The Azada's charisma inspires their allies so much that even when those allies' hit points drop below 0, they continue to fight, even though they are still considered dead or unconscious. For all effects, and can be cured. For all effects, and can be cured by Breath of Life or similar spells, as per the spell's description. After the encounter or upon receiving a total number of attacks equal to the Azada's charisma ability modifier shared among all allies, the allies in this state fall dead or unconscious. If all the Azada's allies die this way, the Azada becomes fully drained and dies. Let's take it. Unless... no. Back to back. For flanked. Allied spellcaster affects some of us. Seize the moment could be good. Can't take that. Or I may already have it. Hang on, do all the ones that I've already picked? Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes it a good thing to have then. I forgot that I didn't realise it did the other stuff. Seize the moment, or back to back. When you have flanked and adjacent. Take the backs back right now. Actually, no. A lot of them up front have it. Let's take seize the moment. Castigate. Heroism. All the other stuff's going to be saved against, so there's no point in worrying about it. Take echo location in case I need it. Compel, beg forgiveness, a failed save. The target causing fee on a successful will save is shaken for 1 round. Doesn't have a limit to the number of stuff. We'll take that. Will negates that, that's a problem. We'll take the blessing there. Euphoric tranquility. Effect of this enchantment enters the state of euphoria. No. We'll take that. The choice is made. All you have to do is announce it to everyone. Perhaps I could have rejected his power, but how can I abandon my people and my dragon?
Your pride will destroy you, and perhaps all of Golarion with you. But I shall not intervene now, so as to avoid causing even more suffering to this world. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Another commander would have turned her army into a faceless war machine. But not you. Thanks to you, we gained one victory after another without losing touch with our humanity.
It would have been so foolish for you to reject your powers. So many victories, so many achievements lie ahead for you. Well, go now. Capture Arilu, and prove which of you is making the best use of her invention. I'll be watching you.
The Demon Lord blows you a kiss and disappears. I missed Hylor in the dungeon. Whoops. Sorry, Hylor. Now I want to see what happens next. I'm halfway expecting Rachel to bugger off, and that's fine, he can do. Well, we've got people back.
A rest would be welcome.
Grumbling under breath, Olivia picks a burr from her clothes, wipes colourful alchemical goo off her sleeve, empties acorns out of her pockets and shakes something that looks suspiciously like confetti out of her hair. Just look at this. You left the city at the mercy of the Free Crusaders, and see what they've done. I don't know if they're manning the defences or rehearsing a circus act. I'm not really mad, of course. You all gave the demons such a thrashing. They probably haven't even come to yet. Erebeth would lose her mind if she could see what they've done to her beloved barracks. I'll need to be the first to see her and tell her everything. Ease her into it, you know. Prepare the grounds, put things into perspective. And Evia smiles, either pleased at having banished the demons or imagining the reunion with the wife. Or both. It's good that you're not mad at me and Evia. Wait, I mean, you see, that came out wrong. I didn't mean to say that I was the one who wrecked the barracks. Did everybody make it through alright? Well, how should I put it? I wasn't planning to start whining right from the off, but your gang's been running amok around here ever since they drove the demons off. They've been fighting among themselves. Somebody even tried to swipe what the demons hadn't already looted from the houses. I restored order, knocked a few heads together, but they had plenty to say about that, let me tell you. According to them, I don't respect the heroes that saved the city. I'm glad to see that life's been restored in the city. Me too. You can smell it in the air, even if it feels like spring already. Avu turns her head and takes a decisive sniff. What's the situation at the front? Oh no, Her Majesty's mustered all the troops she could raise. Raise the sword of valor and advanced on the demons. There's been no word from her since she left. Perhaps she's boldly taking his even now. Perhaps maybe her bones have already been picked clean by demons. We don't know, and I doubt anybody except you will be able to find out. That's not all. Baphomet's minions keep talking. They're taking swipes at us. The scumbags are holed up somewhere. They have a labyrinth, I'll bet. And they keep opening portals in different spots, dropping off a dozen units, and then closing the portal again before we can get to them. We lost more scouts than I'd care to admit before we figured out how they're pulling off that little trick. So, here's what I'm thinking. Maybe you could go get one of the portals in time. You could be ready for them somehow, so that when one opens, you could get inside and crack some skulls. They might even be holding the poor Herald in there. If he's alive, you can free him. How do you feel after seeing the goddess in the flesh? My ears still ringing from all of those trumpets. After witnessing that sight, I don't think I could be surprised by anything ever again. As you just heard, I have to catch a Relu. Any idea where I should look for her? Not especially. She's been roaming the abyss all this time. But now that that avenue's closed to her, Nocticular and the other demon lords are all slabbering for a peace for her. I think she's someplace around here, in the wound. Some nasty little place like Iz, or maybe she went as far as Threshold. An entire army of demons enhanced by Nahindrian crystals being sent here. It's being led by a demon named Mutsafen. Do you know anything about that? Scouts reported the movements of a large demon army far to the southwest of Drezen. They were marching across a dried out lake. There used to be a Sarkorian holy place there, I heard. But where they went, nobody knows. They're not headed for us, that's for sure. At least not yet. Thank you for the report. I'll be setting off without delay. Good luck, Commander. Let's do what nobody else managed. Kick the demons back to the abyss. Through the hugest rift you can find. Only, you know what? No matter what happens out there, make sure you come back. My gut tells me that soon, Drezen will be playing host to weird and wonderful folk from all over the world. Somebody's got to be here to meet him. And sorry, but I don't want to be that somebody. Maybe he smiles. Well, and somebody's got to show the regular Crusaders, not the Free Crusaders, what springtime's like in the World Wound. In other words, make sure you come back. Nevia hesitates, then adds a little sheepishly. And grab her, Beth, and drag her back here with you, if you find her alright. Or else Desna only knows what will happen to her out there. Are you finished talking all that boring stuff now? Let's go and talk to our friends on the island now. We need to see how they're doing and ask them if somebody showed up there. Somebody we last saw in the abyss. And anyway, it's been a long time since Aranke gave me candy. We gotta go, it's important.
Commander, we wanted to bend your ear about something.
Okay.
There's a highly delicate matter that we can't resolve on our own.
Okay.
We were just arguing about which one of us you'd choose if you had to. You know, hypothetically speaking, of course. Want to help us settle the debate?
Ah, my three lovers.
Drama on the crusade. Noble companions fighting over the commander. I would be loath to distract you from weightier concerns, of course. But there are more than two partners in this dance, and we're beginning to step on one another's toes.
See here, War Chief. You're dear to me like no other. But if things keep going the way they are now, our love's going to end either in tears if we're lucky here, or in blood. So make your choice. Pick one of us. Better to break things off now and stay friends and allies, or else before you know it there'll be jealousy, suspicions, accusations, daggers in the back, all that unpleasantness.
Do I really have to choose just one of you?
We're talking purely hypothetically here, of course. But I'd have to turn down your proposal. I guess you could say that on this issue, I'm a stickler for tradition.
Why not choose only one? It's a fine opportunity to demonstrate your impeccable taste. On a more serious note, I see no reason why a heart should have room for only one. It is a pity that the others are not as open-minded as I.
He throws up his hands in an exaggerated gesture.
I thought the same when I was a young man. I have a big heart. Isn't there enough love in it for more than one person? For a while, everything was great, but then things took a turn. No, I won't be getting caught up in that again. So don't even ask.
Another major choice, because you know I follow the romance path. Let's see. Well, you're not happy with the decisions I'm making. We haven't even really been that intimate. We've just had play fights. You're cute and all, but maybe not for me. Darren, you are a delicious troll and a good bedmate. Who could argue with that? Who could argue with your sauciness, your chaos? Old Brig, let's be honest. You are a fine man. Not even finer Griffin. But you really don't feel happy with decisions I'm making. I don't know if you're going to stick with me, to be honest. You keep encouraging me to give up being following the Azada path. And I understand your concerns, but I don't know I can hold with them. I would like to say I don't want to choose anyone. Let's focus our energy on fighting the world with and keep the reverse hardening. But if anything, that's probably going to upset all of them. So Darren, without you, this crusade would be unbearably dull. It's absolutely true. If you leave me, I will surely die of boredom.
Leaving you never even crossed my mind. Our fun will most assuredly continue.
Asimar on Asimar romance.
Name of the crusade, of course. Not everyone is able to enjoy the best that life has to offer. Not everyone is as fortunate as you and I, Commander. I can only pity those unfortunates who have been left with nothing today.
Well, what can you do? At least you were honest.
You asked for that, man.
Well, what can you do? At least you're honest.
You just said that, man.
That's the way to do it. Straight and honest. Know this, War Chief. I'm not offended. I hold no grudge against anyone.
Good, you shouldn't do. Regia looks slightly more tense than usual. Aliana Solshade, I have fairly important news. I will do my best to be brief. The Hell Knight orders have not reacted well to the developments I mentioned in my latest report, specifically regarding the true source of your power. The very notion that we have been cooperating with a weapon forged by a real Vorlish Noxcure has caused discontent. The orders have not issued any official edicts, but many chapters and high-ranking knights have been recalled from their assignments and barricaded themselves in one of our outposts. The one you know, in fact. I suggest you go there and resolve the issue between the orders and the Crusaders. This is a matter of importance. Kind of reaction should I expect from the Hell Knights? Any up to and including a formal declaration of war, which is why they must go to the outpost and resolve the issue before it dissolves into open conflict. Well, I'll go there when I can. Excellent. That is all I had to report, so I will return to my duties and you may attend your other affairs. Aliana Solshade. The succubus gazes at you despondently. She always speaks quietly, but now her voice is barely audible whisper. In my dream, a fire destroyed almost everything. The only thing that survived is a table. I returned to my dream world so many times. The nightmare still lurks there, but I want to understand why this table is so important. Why did it survive the fire? I can't figure out what makes it so special. It looks like a simple piece of furniture. It just stands there. What's it supposed to mean? Is your nightmare still attacking you? Not openly, it still lurks in the shadows, gnawing at my soul from within. It never leaves me alone, but it still hasn't tried to fight me again. Would you like to enter your dream again? I don't think that will help. We've already been there together and... No. There must be something else. I must look at it from a different side. But how do you find the other side of a dream? The other side of a dream is called reality. Perhaps the table represents something that you are supposed to do in real life? You might be right. Lucia brightens considerably. But what exactly should I do? Find a table? Buy one? Perhaps I should learn the craft of a carpenter and make one myself. So many possibilities, and I don't even know where to begin. Her excitement gives way to dismay. Perhaps Desna can help me solve the riddle? But she was the one who asked me to solve it. I don't think she's going to tell me the answer. I must find it myself. But how? Where did it come from? Where did the table come from? Arusha considers the question. She taps her lips thoughtfully. Oh, I remember now. There was a loaf of bread on that table. That was Anivia's dream, remember? She said she wanted to learn how to bake. The bread went up in flames along with the other fragments of her dream. The table remained. This table came from Anivia's dream. Perhaps you should talk to her. I've been living among mortals for a while now, but there's still so much I don't understand about your kind. How you live, what you dream about. You're right, we should ask Anivia. It's part of the dream after all. It's part of her dream after all. It's a good idea, but... Succubus shifts from one foot to the other reluctantly. Could you please talk to her instead? I don't even know how to begin a conversation like this. It's so personal. Please ask her. I'll stay nearby. Leota Hogblade, Commander. The Inquisitor greets you with a bow. I am sincerely gladdened by your return and I was delighted to hear of your recent victories. It's a shame that my duty has kept me away from the front line. I would like to take a place of the ranks of your Crusaders. And perhaps I will still have a chance to do so. Before that happens, we must address another issue. I suppose you've already guessed what's brought me here. We parted ways after the discovery we made of Count Arende's estate. You and I both know that the Count became a conduit for an unknown entity, which I call the Other. I retreated to Nerosian, and then went beyond Mendev's borders, looking for mentions of such entities and ways to fight them. And now that my search has borne fruit, I am ready to tell you about it. Why did your search take so long? Because we are dealing with a rare phenomenon, a true anomaly. The Mendev Inquisition has a mass substantial experience fighting demons, but here we're up against something completely different. I had to trawl through the archives, searching for cases that seemed in any way similar. I sent inquiries on to friendly temples, and reached out beyond our nation's borders to experts of the unknown. It was a dull and painstaking work, but it was necessary. So what have you learned about the other? I must be honest, I still don't know what it is. However, I managed to find some evidence of similar incidents. Individuals who, in a horrible moment in their life, became a gateway for an unknown entity. The most curious part is that all these cases appear almost sequential. They appear in various corners of Galarian, but no two incidents ever occurred at the same time. This leads me to believe that we are dealing with a single entity, one that has been secretly present in our world for a long time, merely changing the gateways on occasion. While I do not know what this entity is, I managed to find something of great value. A Verisian arcanist managed to pick up the trail of the other and invented a ritual to weaken and bind it. She died under very suspicious circumstances. Her decapitated body was found in the laboratory. Her head was never found. Is it in my pack by any chance? But a note survived, including the description of the ritual. I have discussed it with several highly esteemed experts in magic, and I am inclined to consider this a reliable weapon. We can use the ritual to lure the enemy out, bind it, and probably exterminate it. But to do that, I'll need your assistance, Commander. What do we need to do? We must carefully prepare the ritual and then bring Count Arenday to the designated location. The ritual will load out the other, weaken its connection to the Count, and bind its essence to our world like an anchor. The last part is especially important. All the evidence indicates that while the gateway is active, the other can travel freely between Mentarial Plane and some unknown space that lies beyond. If we fail to bind the other with the ritual, it will either escape, or in the worst case scenario, drag us into its realm. Hence we must lure it out, and then, I suppose, defeat it. There is one more issue, aside from the fact that we'll have to fight this incredibly powerful and horrifying creature. The other's suspicion must not be aroused until the very last moment, and this means that the Count must know nothing as well. The best course of action would be to take the Count to the designated location without telling him the reason for this journey. Then we must frighten him and make it appear that his life is in danger. The other will believe that its gateway is in peril, and then I hope it will show up to protect it. The ritual circle will work as a trap, but it is crucial, and I stress this, that we convince the entity that we know nothing of its existence. That it is Darren who is in danger, not the entity itself. Otherwise there is no knowing what may happen, and I don't want to give the adversary any chance to outmaneuver us. Why do you think the other will appear to protect Darren? The Count has been in danger many times before and nothing special has happened. You have a special connection with the Companions, Commander. Your shared part in this mythic power with them. They journeyed through the abyss with you and survived to tell the tale. I believe the other understands this. It also must understand how dangerous it would be if you were to become not a benefactor, but an enemy of its gateway. I am certain that it will react to the threat coming from you, as opposed to ordinary encounters with demons and cultists. How dangerous is it? It is extremely dangerous, which is why I have come to you with all this. All the evidence I've collected on the other, in particular, the list of its victims, which include powerful demons and strong mortal mages, make me certain that we are dealing with something extraordinary here. It is stronger and more dangerous than Baelor's and other generals of the Abyss. I also suspect that the Oracle powers the Count has developed come from the other. Oh, the Oracle powers, okay. Misread that, son. As a rule, only gods, imperial lords, and other extremely powerful beings are capable of granting such abilities. I know no one, except for you, who could challenge such an entity. I'm asking you to help, for the safety of all who dwell in Galarian. However, I believe that we can shore up our strategic position if the other doesn't suspect we're preparing a trap until the very last moment. Even the most dangerous of creatures become more vulnerable when caught off guard. The main thing we must do is take the methodical approach and stay alert. I think that is within our abilities. I don't like this, because if I've got to make Darren afraid of me, that really messes with the relationship. Are you sure this other is hostile towards us? And all this time it's never tried to attack me. I'm certainly sense he's dark and truly evil. The evidence and my instincts as an Inquisitor are undeniable. Wherever the other manifests itself, strange and ominous things begin to happen. In particular, I'm positive that it is responsible for all the magically decapitated corpses. The ones that were found at Heaven's Edge after the tragedy and in Canabres after the Discardis attack. In both places, some of the corpses belonged to civilians and others to demons, and in Canabres some of the victims were cultists. I am convinced that the other is pursuing some interest of its own, and thus far it has ruthlessly exterminated any who learn of its existence. And now you and I know that it exists. Draw your own conclusions. If Darren is the gateway, can't we just slam the gateway shut and leave the other on the other side? We can, by killing the Count, the Inquisitor answers simply. But firstly, I'm not sure that the other won't try and protect its gateway, and in that case we would have to face it unprepared. And secondly, I'm opposed to the idea in principle. Sometimes Inquisitors must make hard decisions. I have made a great many in my lifetime. For instance, I can kill a person possessed by demons, or if he or she is imminent risk of taking many lives, and I have no time to perform an exorcism. But in this instance, the situation is not so critical. We have a way of fighting the other. I will not agree to commit cold-blooded murder. Great, you're one up on your boss then. I'll help you. Thank you. Let's go over the entire operation once more. I'm convinced that we must lure out the other somewhere far from Drezen and other populated places to avoid civilian casualties. I've chosen a suitable location within the world wound. Mark it on your map. You must bring the Count there without alerting him to what's going to happen. I assume that another foray into the world wound will hardly raise his suspicions. I'll wait with you there with a ritual circle prepared. But before we reach the crucial moments, you must make the Count and the other believe that the Count is in danger. I suppose the easiest way to do that would be to tell him that you made a deal with the Mendevian Inquisition, and the Count will have to face punishment for his crimes, real or imaginary. I'll find a way to intimidate him, but you must play along. Don't like this. We need to provoke the other to come out and protect its gateway. That's when we finish it off, once and for all. This case will be my greatest triumph, or my greatest failure. But I firmly believe that it must be done. Remember my words, the other must be convinced that we are threatening the Count, and that we know nothing of its existence. The slightest suspicion would prove fatal for us. Until we meet again, Commander, and may the gods be with us. Who now? Latimus. A pale, ghostly image appears in front of you. You recognize Latimus, the antiquarian, the scholar you helped some time ago. His translucent form flickers intermittently, and you have difficulty making out his words. Commander. It's Dimas. I won't be maintaining spell for long. Open door, treasure room, please hurry. What door? What are you talking about? The door to the Dragon Burial Ground. The bell. The cave. Remember? What? Did you manage to open the door? Yes. Won't enter without you waiting on your help. On my way. Commander, you look up and see Melissa, the green-eyed fisherwoman from the village of Chili Creek. Her hair is a mess and her face and clothes are covered in soot. It looks as though she travelled here in a hurry and met with a few dangers along the way. Help. Please help me. He's gone crazy. He will kill him. Calm down. What happened? You remember Jono, the Krellic who came to our village a year ago? The locals weren't very welcoming to him back then. After all, he was a stranger who was preaching about a strange new god. But little by little, he became one of us. He went fishing alongside us and he told people stories about the crusade. He told us about meeting you and seeing the Queen. The songs he used to sing. They just made you want to stop and listen. Well, eventually, the fisherwoman looks down. We became very close. We started to plan a wedding. My brother didn't seem to mind at first. But after we got married, well, that's when he lost it. He became violent. He threatened to hurt us. I tried to talk to him, but Melissa shakes her head sadly. We even thought about leaving the village, but when my brother found out, he lost his mind completely. Markel is strong, and no one else in the village dares to challenge him. It was a miracle that I managed to escape, but my husband, if he's still there, he's still there. He didn't make it out of the village. I don't know what's happened to him. Please help. Cause a change. Melissa looks away and replies softly, Markel, it really honours the village traditions. We've been worshipping the river for many generations. He was not keen on having the cleric of a foreign god in the village, but he was willing to tolerate Jono's presence for a while. However, my relationship with Jono really disappointed Michael, especially when he discovered that I had begun to worship Pedestal too. How did you get here? By some miracle, I guess. Everything is on fire out there, and all the monsters. But never mind me, I managed to survive. I made it here in one piece, but I'm in serious trouble, and I have no time. No one I can turn to for aid. Please help me, my only hope. Alright, I'll help. Thank you. And that appears to be that, as you can hear. So much reading now. My throat's collapsing. So let's just take a look at the table here. See if there's any crusade control to do. And once we've taken care of any of that, we will end. We'll take a look at the log first. Events. Cleaners. A portion of the army is made up of inexperienced, incompetent, downright clueless soldiers who are holding back their comrades. A group of veterans have secretly formed a team of cleaners. They would find these pernicious soldiers and beat them up, send them to the infirmary. After these assaults, some pulled themselves together and improved, while others deserted. Either way, the units who rid themselves of useless burdens performed their tasks better and suffered fewer losses. Punish the cleaners and make Lan mentor the underachievers. Recruitment growth for all trainable units. The main spellcaster lodge. The main stable. Yeah, we'll take that. Lan's a good mentor. Conceited veterans have been punished for their actions. Lan will become a mentor to the underperforming soldiers, given that their previous instructions failed to find the right approach. Report. Gladiators from Lucianera who came with the commander Clarion are ready to continue the fight for the glory of their mistress. Fine. Gladian slaves rescued by the commander, infinitely grateful, and they're ready to get even with the demons, weapons in hand. The spies have reported that the enemy are preparing a series of attempts on officers' lives. The generals are asking the commander to take precautions and protect her loyal servants. Guard the officers both during battles and between them. Give the officers the same living conditions as regular snow. Train the officers how to fight off assassins. I'll take that. Greybow knows the tricks assassins use in their work. He'll teach the officers how to defend themselves if they are attacked, but the training will require some time. Enchanting the altar of the first retriever. The relic that was created from the altar of the first retriever is attracting practitioners of a secret knowledge. A druid who has arrived in Drezen is asking for permission to cleanse the sacred item of corruption. A dark priestess from Dal wishes to dedicate it to her patron Duncathon, and a frenzied worshipper of Lamashtu yearns to awaken the spirit of a long-dead monster, who will be given the right to touch the relic. Duncathon, this shirt is woven from a spider web. It strangles the wearer, takes a -5 penalty to mobility skill checks. It also helps to discharge electrical damage, granting the wearer electricity resistance 30. When the wearer is hit by a non-slashing weapon... No. Web Strider. This clean and nice shirt is woven from retriever spider web, purified with druidic magic. Whenever a druid wearing it casts... we don't have a druid with us. I mean, Lan is a druid, but it's not usually one of our travelling companions. Whenever the wearer polymorphs into any creature, they get +4 enhancement bonus to attack and damage rolls made with limbs. Whenever a creature hits them with a melee, that's going straight to Ulbrig. Decrees. How are we doing, by the way, here? Oh, it looks like diplomacy and military are both ready to go up again. Let's see if we can find them. Dangerous Hunt. Defenders of Freedom. Diplomatic Connections. Art of War. And that is it. Right, oh well, let's just have a look at the logbook, and just see what quest we got open and where to go first. Wasn't like me from the letter J for some reason. We solved one of the puzzles. That's at the Shrine of Pelura. Find the entrance to the ineluctable prison. Find Queen Galfrey, must we? Go to Dragon Burial Ground. Help Genoa in Chiller Creek. That sounds like what I want to get done first. It's not necessarily the most important, but it's the most immediate. Meet the Free Crusaders. We do want to do that as well. Solve the riddles. Deal with the bladesmith. At last, the path into the heart of the world rune is open to Commander. Besides being a step toward accomplishing great deeds, it's an opportunity to awaken Finian fully. Visit Hell Knight's outpost with Reginald. That's also kind of urgent. Well, immediate. Talk to Anivia. That's one thing we can get off the table immediately. Bring Dead into play. That's going to wait. Capture all regions. Develop all aspects of the crusade to the maximum. So I'm guessing we can go to 10 now. Alright, join me next time.
Thanks for watching, for being around, for every message, reaction, all the joy we found. To the quiet, the loud, the sharp and the sly, you're the reason I'm leaving with my spirits high. So hit like, leave a word or tap that sub. If you laugh, cry to mock my stuff. Every click helps the channel grow, lets me keep on with the show.